I want to speak to something. There is a village uproar, mainly being caused by AM Carol and JT Podcast and the naysayers. So this is not a strange thing. We've talked of it severally on this YouTube street. And also it is on record on what JT Podcast, AM Carol, plus other naysayers, what they took of this consignment that now is bringing controversy. Remember my last vlog, I called it the consignment controversy. The reason is why, because it was packed and was laced with controversy the moment it reaches Nyabukanze. But there is a lot of twists and turns that now JT Podcast and AM Carol has now swallowed her pride and agreed with Mr. Cecil in certain parameters. Remember, at one point, AM Carol is the one who even meddled and rocked this kind of consignment and termed it to be a second-hand clothes, that Kenyans don't do second-hand clothes, which is a lie. She again went and told Mr. Cecil off that all this kind of consignment, the people of the village and Kenyans don't want it. Let it be taken to the Congo forest. So the subject matter and the destination was the Congo forest. Why the Congo forest? Why are the consignment being associated with the Congo forest? That's where the jitters is, of the whole thing was. Well, we are going to focus on the direction that Mr. Cecil or Trentown grandpas has given IAM-MARWA when IAM-MARWA embarked into distributing such kind of goods and consignment. We are going also to look very broadly the JT's lamentation and believing IAM-MARWA on the better part of it. And we are also going to observe why AM Carol has again changed the tune. There were second-hand clothes that Kenyans don't do second-hand clothes, be taken to Congo forest. Now the tune has changed. Guys, if you want to get to know more and the gist, kindly keep it on air and tune, because more of the interesting development concerning the consignment is going to be unraveled at the progression stages of this video. So guys, if you're coming across this channel and this video for the very first time, kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my little subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive in after. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sinazak and this is my YouTube channel. So let's dive in, lest we forget. Guys, you remember when the Trentown grandpa brought in the consignment? It was sparkled with a lot of controversy, because the Gintu came in the picture, that the people behind Gintu who was pushing Gintu towards stifling this kind of consignment was the JT and AM Carol, because by then you could remember the constant vexations that were being channeled within these two channels, the JT Podcast and AM Carol, who were at the neck of Trentown grandpa. A lot of negative chestums and thrust really emanated from these two channels. Something that also, courtesy that was well extended to, is Gintu to go and meet Trentown grandpa. Then Gintu also decided to vex negatively and twisted the whole scenario. Things that really made IAM-MARWA pissed off, because his home was profiled and was assaulted, and his name was assaulted, and the visitor as well was assaulted and profiled in a manner that wasn't so pleasing. This is also after the Trentown grandpa had mended the road and rehabilitated the road that was passing. He was accused all manner of things. It was called a pedophile. It was called a land grabber. And this is the land that was helping the community. It never stopped from there. The consignment was packed with the controversy. Then what later remained, it was left rested at IAM-MARWA residence, that is the villa, awaiting IAM-MARWA to come back, then being given instruction on the way forward. I remember countless number of times, IAM-MARWA was given a decision that this consignment belongs to you. Do whatever you want or whatever your heart desires with it. IAM-MARWA came and spoke to it and said, it will be taking the consignment first, that he had talked to Trentown grandpa. I also followed also with a reaction, telling people that I've talked to Trentown grandpa myself. He repeated the same things that majority of people doubted. Now, IAM-MARWA decided to sort out all this consignment. And the direction that was given by Trentown grandpa going forward, it was one that I've been talking about. It was one that IAM-MARWA has been talking about. It's one that Trentown grandpa has been put on the record, not once, twice, but countless times, telling IAM-MARWA, the consignment belongs to you. Whoever you give, whatever you decide to do with it, it's up to you. And what also made the naysayers so livid, to a manner that they came to vent their own verbiage emotional on this YouTube street, is just because Trentown pronounced himself that he is of a sound mind. He's never been coerced or pushed. But this consignment belongs to none other than Frederick IAM-MARWA. That also he went ahead and pronounced and told people that this consignment should only be given to people who not only abused IAM-MARWA or Roshio, but people who abuse Congress Mom and Congress Dad should never get anything. Because Congress Dad and Congress Mom, these are the father figure to the Trentown grandpa. That IAM-MARWA should never give anything with the people who used to abuse the mother and the dad. You know? And this is the analogy that majority of people cannot understand. Analogy that JT Podcast came in here and started to rant. Why would Trentown grandpa say that? Perhaps let's listen to IAM-MARWA and Trentown grandpa and the decision that they took that really made the naysayers so vexed, and they came in here to wax lyrical.
Because Uncle Ogutu is here, he's been waiting for us to open. He's more than happy.
It is mercy giving me a bag.
Uncle Ogutu says he wants a bag. Uncle Ogutu, unataka hii?
Hata hiyo tu na mbili.
Uncle Ogutu says he wants that bag and 2 clothes. Pole pole Moi, pole pole.
Everything, Marwa.
Yes.
Everything is in your hands. Don't ask me to give anything to anyone, but it's all yours.
Thank you. You know, actually that's the reason I was calling you, because I know some people will try to bring a lot of chaos and stories and all this. I just wanted to confirm, you know, that you told me whatever I do to this, actually it's clothes and shoes, it's on me. Yes.
Okay, let me officially say it then.
Yes, Uncle. Look.
These things that I brought, first of all,
yes,
I want to say a hearty welcome and good day, good morning, good afternoon to everyone there in the village of Nebahansi.
yes.
I'm in a sound mind, and no one tells me or asks me to say anything to benefit them.
All right, Uncle.
I am saying this now today, that all the stuff, every single thing that I brought and left at the villa,
Yes.
is in the hand of Frederick MARWA.
Yes. Thank you, Uncle, for making
He
that.
can do anything he wants with it. Anything. Okay? It's a courtesy of coming from Frederick MARWA.
Thank you, Uncle, for making that clear.
So
because-
there's no one should refute anything that he says that he's going to do with them.
Thank you, Uncle. And I'm praying God to give me the best decision ever, you know, and I'll do the best thing. But Uncle, just to give you just a small thing is, I was talking to myself that I have a lot of workers in the home here. I have people who work for me. I have ladies who live here. Before, for example, the one working over there, before we give like outsiders and all these people that sometimes they bring a lot of chaos to our home, People like Uncle Mo, my mom, Uncle Gutu, people should first receive whatever they feel is good, and what is left will be arranged together to be taken to children's home. Because I've seen a lot of people say we can take this to children's home. But the thing is, there are clothes for older people here. Like, for example, the other day, Rocio found a trench coat here, which is it's leather. We cannot take that to children's home because that is not for a child. It's for elderly people, you know.
Well, what you do, Marwa, is you take your time and you sort them out.
Actually, that is what. Yes.
You give it to people who you believe is deserving of it.
That is true.
Just make believe that you went away and you harnessed all those things, you collected all those things, and you're giving it away. You don't have to ask anybody how to do it.
Thank you, Uncle. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, and that is final.
Thank you,
so
Uncle.
If you want to take everything and give it to any one person, it's all up to you. You make the decision.
Thank you.
Do whatever your heart takes or your heart desires. Nobody should push you over. The instruction was so clear. Anybody who abuses your mother and your parent should never get anything, but give it. So what is wrong when Amara decided to give the consignment to the workers, to themselves, and the rest be taken to either home children or to the market or to the public, including those who have been tarnishing their name? There's no problem at all, because I don't want to waste my time discussing things that already been the proponents of this YouTube street. People are well aware, because all this kind of issues is not the first time they're being addressed. They are outside there in the public domain. Therefore, this is what really angers the JT podcast, because Trentown Grandpa was in incongruence with IAM-MARWA's decisions. What is wrong when Amara decides to implement the instruction of the donor? Because the donor will give you instruction how he or she wants his donation to be shared. So IAM-MARWA is acting not on his own decision, but on the donor's instruction. It doesn't matter. So perhaps let's
come and tell the villagers.
Forward.
I brought the shoes. I wanted to give you, but I don't know. You insulted Conmam. That's how she was saying. He was saying, like, they insulted Conmam, they insulted Condad. You can make an exception of those who insulted you and Rocio and whoever, but whoever said anything about Conmam, don't give them nothing. I'm like, who said anything about Conmam? I mean, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to buy back your loyalty that was broken by the trust? You know that trust was broken immediately that you came to the village and you started your shenanigans. And when you tried to side, when you called Gintu into a meeting without a sense of knowledge, that right there, your trust with him went down. And now he's trying to buy it. So I'm saying, whoever said anything about Conmam, don't give them nothing. You can make an exception for those who said anything about you, about me, about whoever. But Conmam, come on. Come on. For what I know is nobody actually talks about Conmam except reactors, because Congress Mom is a YouTuber. When she posts a video, when they make these YouTube shenanigans, reactors react on Conmam. So who else will want those shoes? And they was talking about Conmam. Who else? I don't know. I don't know. Remind me, because JT, I'm a reactor. I talked about Conmam, and I've never asked for those shoes. I didn't.
I want to tell JT, you're asking Trentown Grandpa, how will you tell the villagers? Because these goods belong to the villagers. JT, are these the villagers that you two people, you and AM Carol was talking that the villagers don't need the second-hand clothes? Are you not the person who was behind Gintu, sent Gintu, and Gintu went there, just stamping, and later told Mr. Sets off that they don't want second-hand clothes? So, whom are you speaking to? On whose behalf are you championing? What kind of a villagers? Who are they? Who are these villagers that are now interested in IAM-MARWA's charity, in Trentown's charity? Aren't these the goods that you people rejected? Why would a donor strive or force to donate to you when you don't want? I remember JT Podcast went ahead and chided and castigated Trentown Grandpa that charities are never forced. Why would you want the people of the village to be forced with a charity that they don't want to take? I want to tell you, Trenchpa Grandpa is not a Deons, but really heeded to the calls of the villagers and said, I'm not going to give these things to villagers. These things, I'm going to leave them at IAM-MARWA place. IAM-MARWA will decide whatever he does with the consignment. So what is now the vexations hearing? Is it a pretense? Is it a reaction that are endless, that are never making sense? Why are you now shifting the goalpost? I saw other people now asking at the comment section that what if now the people who help also donated to the Trentown Grandpa, what would Grandpa tell them? I'm telling you that the Trentown Grandpa is not a Dons. The people who donated to Trentown Grandpa gave all powers to Grandpa to decide whatever he wants to do with that kind of goods, whether he takes them to Jamaica, whether he takes them to Kenya, whether he takes them to Burundi or to Congo as he was directed to. It's none of those donors' business. It's the same courtesy call and a courtesy instruction that was given to IAM-MARWA, that do whatever you want with this kind of consignment. So it was the directive that was being given from all these 3 points. So why do you want to castigate IAM-MARWA on implementing the directives of the donor? It's not making sense. Not making sense at all. Guys, I also want to tell you something, but that it never also stopped from there. Because there was a tune of change from A.M. Carroll. Perhaps A.M. Carroll have seen how those clothes are good. I've seen how those clothes were nice. You know, the compartment, when it was being unraveled, she couldn't believe the highs. The tune changed. Because I want to tell you, the associations of such kind of content, the compartment and consignment to the Congo forest itself really overlooked them, really suggested that such kind of consignment are so obsolete or outdated. To the point that A.M. Carroll said that Kenyans don't do second-hand clothes. My friend, we do second-hand clothes. We have the mitumba place and it's a booming business. Now, when A.M. Carroll comes to change the tune or consider the defeat, just really means that her ego was slapped. Her ego was slapped and fat on. Perhaps let's listen to A.M. Carroll and what
time that we've been waiting for. Where are we coming from? Because my name has been mentioned since yesterday. People are ranting my name all over the place. And I'm like, what did I really do? Yes, it was A.M. Carroll who said that they should go to Congo. Oh, now they're watching. Guys, I don't want Mutumba. I have more than enough. I don't need to show you and show you, okay? I don't need to show. Hey, I don't want those Mutumbas. I have enough for myself. You get the tingle. And that is why I also told these guys also back in that village that there are people out there that have ever known or seen that they need this help. I'm not saying that Mutumba is bad. It's not bad. It might be good, but it's Mutumba at the end of the day.
Saying that second-hand clothes are good. She's even having more clothes of that nature. Then this is an irony. Then this is conflict. Where is an irony and conflict coming from? A.M. Carroll is on the record telling of Trentown Grandpa that Kenyans don't do second-hand clothes. Now, on the same side of the mouth, She's saying that she's having enough of second-hand clothes that you don't want anymore. She said that Kenyans don't do second-hand clothes, of which I challenged her that we do second-hand clothes. A booming business in Kenya and in parts of Africa. You know? So is it a change of heart after seeing how clothes are clean, how clothes are brand new with tags? Or is it just because her ego was slapped? And perhaps also she lacked something tangible to exude onto it. Is it a change of mind? You know, they were shocked how such kind of consignment had a very valuable thing. However much she struggles to say that second hand is a second hand thing. Anything that you bought and you want to sell it again becomes a second hand. But there's a difference between mitumba and a second hand. A mitumba could be a second hand or a third generation, but the mitumba, what makes the mitumba, simply means it's something that you bought and you have used it. But there is a second hand cloth that becomes a brand new. I might have bought a cloth or an equipment that I said, this equipment, I cannot use it because there's nothing I can use it. Like for example, most of the clothes in there, they're the clothes that people bought, but they've never used them in their entire life. So therefore, they just donate it because they say, no, I've never worn such kind of clothes. I've never used it. So the best thing is to give them out. They're still brand new. So the brand new equipment is so different with a second hand. It might be a second hand, but it's a brand new. It does not change the value. Like for example, even your new clothes, whenever you go and buy a new clothes, you buy a new clothes from a retailer and you're a consumer. And where did the retailer, or where does the retailer get all this kind of the clothes? He buys them from a manufacturer, which means when he buys them from a manufacturer, you become a third consumer, which simply means people are buying the second-hand clothes everywhere because the retailer from the shop you're buying it is not from the manufacturer. That is the logic. But I remember very well, you are the people telling off Cecil that you don't want a mitumba cloth. So what is wrong when Amara decides to give such kind of clothes to the workers, to themselves, and the rest that remaining of the remnants shall be divided to the public or to the neighborhood or to the people who deem see fit would come to benefit from such. It's not the first time that Amara's ground, Amara's yard, has been given several kind of gifts. But people have spat on such kind of gift after the same hand of courtesy been extended to them. They've abused it big time. So this is just a mere ping pong games that has got a endless saga, that people are so pretentious, that people want to play victim, and they should stop it. Guys, let me hear your thoughts at the comment section. Until next time, this is Senior.